Is that working? Okay, good lord. All right. I updated my audio driver the other day and like everything's messed up now. I didn't realize it. It should keep the weird messed up sample rate stuff from happening though. I think. Fingers crossed. Um yeah, I was gonna do a little PSA here. Uh slash warning. Um I was scammed over LinkedIn, I guess, by someone who was offering a job or an interview for a job that was not actually a real job, but it looked real enough. Um, and I actually even did an interview via chat where I had to record video messages. Um, but that took like an hour of my time, and in the end, they got some personal information from one of my references. Unfortunately, which is no good. Um, but luckily, they didn't get anything major from me. I'm pretty sure this was a long game to act like I was hired and then get all of my really, really personal information. Um, so beware. I'm pretty sure that it happened as a result of me clicking quick apply on a job listing on LinkedIn. Um, and it was not right away either that I heard back as a result of this. And I had to kind of go back and be like, when did I apply for this? And I couldn't find a record of it, but um, it all happened via an email initially, and then a chat through Microsoft Teams with a specific user that I was supposed to contact. So there were a lot of weird red flags popping up. I was tired and rationalized them away, unfortunately. So trust your gut. Um, and don't ignore the bells going off in your head, because they're usually going off for a reason. It took a night's sleep for it all to kind of click into place for me and realize what had happened. But um, doesn't I don't think there's been any major damage done. Fingers crossed. But just be wary. It's crazy that there are people out there who will take advantage of people who are looking for work. It's pretty horrible. But anyway, end of PSA. Now what I want to do is try to get together some of the materials I've made and make them portfolio worthy. So I have to go back and look at what I've made. I've got a lot of stuff that was just kind of like cobbled together. Like, it was stuff that I came up with on my own, but like not the cleanest presentation, or really what you would want to see as someone who you would hire to do material work on a team. So I want to get my stuff to be like clean and usable for other people. That's kind of the goal here. And to apply that stuff to my portfolio. Let's see. Let's get not here. Let's just look at what I've got up here real quick. Just as a reminder, here is some ArtStation. Okay, so in this project, I've got a couple that I could probably show off. And I did do a little turnaround render of some materials. I think I must have just done that for my blog. I'll look at that real quick too. How do I get to my blog? Where's that thing that pops up? How do you use ArtStation? There it is. Okay. And there's some stuff in here that was... I did some stuff for tutorials that I felt like looked good. But I don't think I would... that doesn't feel like something I should put on the front page of my portfolio. But But maybe I can use some of the things I learned here to make a, like, this is pretty legit looking, but this was tutorial stuff, not my own thinking that got me here. Some good tricks in here though, but it's a pretty good stone tile with foliage. Those are the kind of things I would like to have on my portfolio, but I don't think I really have put together. This I could use though, because this was all my work, which was a photo scanned thing. Might use that. I definitely will use that. I think that looks good. Look at how bad this looks. Uh-oh. Oh, my submission to the ArtStation Challenge. These materials were made with Material Maker, which did not really do the job. Plus, like, my eye for this stuff is way better now than it was like a year and a half ago or whenever I did this. Everything's so saturated. Okay. I did go back and make better materials for all that stuff. And I'm almost done polishing that project up. We're taking a little detour today to do material stuff though, because I saw a position that I want to apply for, and I don't really have any materials. It is a material texturing position, and I don't really have any on my proper portfolio, so I feel like it'd probably be good. Thinking. I kind of like this coffered ceiling material I just made, and it already needs to update. I just made that. Wow. Okay, I guess it was an update that just downloaded recently. This probably needs some more variation before it is worthy of a portfolio cover sort of thing. Needs some more specific, like, grunge, I think, or I don't know. Think about it. Just look like on a sphere. Not great. How about a cylinder? It's not bad on a cylinder. To get something together that looks good in Marmoset. What happened to my Asana window? My Asana thing. Was it in here? Oh boy. What is all this? Is this the other tab I have open? Misc? No. Okay, well. wow, there's... What is... Hold on. What is this crap? Get haircuts. I'm gonna delete this. I was at one point using this for like... just like personal to-do list. I don't think it's good for that. Home. Oh man, what is this garbage? Where's my good stuff? Personal to do. Let's delete that. How I delete you. Delete project. There we go. Let's make a new one. New project. Let's do... What are the templates? No, none of this stuff. Back up. Back up. Blank. Material portfolio. Let's just go through the list of materials here. We're gonna put Cottard ceiling. Is that spelled right? Is there another R that needs to be in there? No, I don't think I just... Oh, there's one. Too many F's. There we go. No? There's not. Do you not know what Cofford is? Whatever. What else we got? Let's just go down the list. What do I want to do to this to make it look better? I don't think I really particularly like the tile stuff in there, so possibly adjust the tile, the blue tile portion. I might use it. I might do it. I might tweak it though. Mosaic. I should put this in the description. You could make it subtasks, but whatever. Vary up, grunge, and color across tiles. See if there's a way I can do that. Okay, well, that's good enough to know there. This is actually pretty clean looking, which is good. It's not very complicated, but let's open up some other stuff. What else do we have? This is from the project I've gone back to now. This is using this brass. I wonder if you'd ever actually see actual coffered ceilings are like usually probably made of wood or plaster or something and then painted or like gold leafed. I bet. What I did with this material that was interesting was I gave it some parameters you could adjust, which I think is a good thing to show, but I don't really like the way it looked. I don't really like the result of what I'd made. Technically it's good, but I might need to like revisit this brass and try to kind of just make it more usable. So we'll do that. Let's look here. What else we got going on? Need to go to preview here, I think. I've got a slider for like making the streaks look more intense. I've got a slider for cloudiness. Just like smudges and stuff. Not bad looking though, actually, in this context. Oh, Spam tried to call. Sorry, I'll catch you next time, Spam. This stuff just looks so spread out. More spottiness? What happens if I turn it up? I don't even know what that's doing. Oh, wait. Like... I guess that's just... I was trying to... make more aged, dirtier... brass. It's like that, but I don't know. Is it starting to look too procedural and weird? Maybe. Dirt. This is the weirdo. Where's dirt? Oh my god, what is happening? That's not right. Dirt, what are you doing? I don't think that's working the way it was supposed to, or the way that it did before. I think dirt is these like oxidation spots that don't look very good. Oh, what happened? Oxidation spots this way? Make more? No, oxidation spots is the oxidation spots. Okay. Right. And there's more of them, it seems more like on purpose. And when there's just like a tiny bit. Also, in terms of usability, the slider should work the other way around. So, yeah. Okay. What do I want to do with this? I think I just want to give it another pass. In terms of the look. What are these things that are just not connected? Oh, right. At one point, I had loaded up a mesh to try to use like a curvature map to like apply things to this. Let's see what happens if I, is this AO? What is this? I plug you in here and I plug you in here. What do we get? We're gonna have I had a special model loaded to render this correctly. I don't know if I want to do that still. I think what I want to show, like that's kind of a cool thing to be able to do, is to generate textures procedurally that have like wear that's based on the contour of a thing. Like kind of the things you would do in Painter, but like, I don't know. Is this a practical workflow? I don't know if this is the way people work. I think it might not be. Generally. I mean, I'm sure you could, but it is kind of handy though. Like, bake out your maps for your curve and your AO, plug them into the inputs on the SBSAR version of this, and then export the maps that come out of that. With the sliders, and you've got something pseudo custom. Maybe I will clean that up and make that work. I think that's kind of an interesting idea to at least show. It's not a smart material. It's sort of smart. It's not meant to be used in Substance Painter. Although I wonder if you could. Give it a quality pass. Fix parameter usability. And test it. Okay, we'll do that. That's the end of Brassland. What else we got? I hate this material, this dragon scale. I was excited about it when I first made it, but like, it just looks so generic and weird. Like, the background is this super flat gray. It's like mosaic. Oh, you know what'd be cool though? I watched a tutorial about how you can color tiles based on a texture. Like you can basically make mosaics. Ooh, I might look into this as being a use case for doing that and showing it. That's what I'm gonna do with this. This is not total waste, but I'm gonna work in variation of the grout and try to do something to make this look less. I don't know. It just needs to look better. Like it just needs an additional pass. It looks too generic. Yeah. Okay. Where'd my notes go? Here we go. Mosaic. No, I'll just call it dragon scale again. And what I want to do with this is create more variation. Like the tiles need more shape. They don't have enough three-dimensionality to them. They look like, I don't know. If it were truly a dragon's scale, I think it would bump up a little bit more. What's up, Nihao? Make grout color more varied. Add detail. Okay. Going through and trying to pull together a material portfolio. I have some materials I made for projects that kind of messy, but I feel like have potential, so I'm gonna fix that stuff up. Well, okay, what else we got? What is ground? I'm scared. Load. Oh, it did load. Oh yeah, this is the mossy ground I was doing for this. That also has problems. Mostly in the scale. The moss just looks like little grass. So this could use a lot of work. And the actual dirt. The actual dirt does not look very good either. Roughness wise, definitely not. It's too shiny. Weird. It's a very velvety feeling. Like this is interesting. The creation of the shapes of the moss is interesting. But this whole thing just needs a huge additional pass. With more reference. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So mossy ground, what did I say here? More interesting dirt. fix scale issues. Also, it just needs a serious pass on color and roughness. Like, I just need to, like, hone in on these for a little while. What else do we have? Maple Leaf Atlas. Yowza. Okay, this is the leaf I made for that tree. That I scanned with my phone. And it shows. It is pretty low res. Not very clear. Man. It doesn't look too bad, but like, I have a legit camera now and could make this look a whole heck of a lot better. Yeah. This was cool though. This is I'd never done this process before. Where you shoot an image, like you move a light around your subject, like from above, and then you can use this node called multi-angle to, what is the whole name of this thing? Multi-angle to normal, and it will generate a normal map from all the data of the different angles of lighting on the object you have. So that's awesome. Like, how cool is that? Like, I got normals just by taking pictures. It's 512. Not very big. Well, actually, for a single leaf, that's significant. Now that I said that. Yeah, so I did that 4 times. This is neat. I just don't feel like the final result of this is fantastic, though, honestly, and worth showing off. Like, maybe as a blog post, but like, I think the albedo of this just doesn't look very good. It's I wonder if I could do a little sharpening and post work on this to get it to look better. Grayscale conversion. Oh man, this is how I made my roughness. Does this make any sense? I guess it does. The creases are not going to be as shiny as kind of the interior of the leaf, so I guess it works. Although down here, getting kind of dark. Like, would the stem be this shiny? I don't know. Eh, I don't know. It's so soft around the edges. Okay, well, maybe there is something here that's worth looking at. I don't know. God, let's see. Um, I do want to use this for my current scene, though. I think I'm going to render. I'll make a few little leaf models and use this atlas to scatter some of the leaves from the tree around on the ground. Because I found the leaf decal, but using a decal, like you can't even see it from the angle of the shot most of the time. So, let's see what else we got. Let's keep going down the list here. What is just leaf? Update all of the things. I keep forgetting. I like that the substance graph for it is called substance graph. Is this the same thing? Except just rendered out to one thing? Go back to this real quick. I think so. Alright. It looks like the same node setup. Just this one's merged together into an atlas. Marble. I'm nervous about marble. Yeah, here's all the marbles. I think this marble, was this texture based or did I generate this? So now here's cells. And then I generated the veins. Scratches. Okay, well, I guess I did make this. It looks a little... I just realized something. This is the one I was trying to find the other day. I think. Yeah, it looks like it. It's the material for the columns, I think, in my scene. There's a lot of different variations I did on this. What would be cool is to have this node kind of proceduralize the variations that I have in here. So like, I just have a marble node with a bunch of parameters you can tweak to get these different colors. Um, like a gradient you feed in. I don't. I feel like the normal on this is kind of weird. I feel like marble is generally more flat looking than this. Oh no, it's the worst song. Oops. I fixed it. I gotta rename these networks so that they're correct. Wait. You're supposed to be Tavertine. But Tavertine is just marble red veins duplicated. And then marble red veinless is Tavertine. I think. Although this does not look exactly like what I was using in Engine. But it's closer than it than the other stuff. Yeah, I layered something over it. I don't actually have a red veinless now. So that's weird. But I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do this. And this is just a duplicate of that. Can I quickly just turn the vein stuff off? How did I do this? That seems to be it, blending in on top. I just turn opacity down. Yep. Okay. So the goal here, marble. This is kind of a lot of stuff. We're gonna combine different marbles into a procedural. What do you call it? Into one graph of parameters. All right. And probably just look at some other stuff too. Okay, what else? We got the marble. I got the marble. I got the something. Good. Paint. I don't even remember what this is. What are you, Paint? What you looking like? Ah, this looks like dull marble. What did I use this on? I think I used this on. Oh, I think I just made a kind of made a smart material to use in Substance Painter. For that lamp thing. And I don't like the way it looked anyway, so we're gonna just forget that one exists altogether. Paper, I do like this one. I kind of feel proud of the paper one I made. It's like handmade paper material for the lantern, like the hanging lamp stuff. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, one's not too bad. And if I can like demo this like with a backlit sort of thing like I did with my lamps, maybe I can set up an emissive that kind of shows it with a sort of backlit glow. I think it probably needs to also have a little more variation across the color, a little like more macro color variation. It's a little stale and flat looking. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. And realistic. So okay. I have some materials that could be usable. Okay, I've got my mossy ground. I was trying to think of like categorically like is this fulfilling a decent breadth of types of materials. I think I've got that. If I've got the ground and the marble and the metal and like if I could work that metal so that it looks a little, you know, more varied and interesting will be good. Let's see what other stuff I've got in projects. Um, did I do something in between? I'm gonna go ahead and, before I forget. Uh-oh. Hid things for myself. I'm gonna add photogrammetry stone wall. It's a word, I promise. That's probably close to good to go. I feel like that one looks pretty good already. Let's look at the Subnautica one. It's all in this one material. Fix the comment positions. Okay. This has a few different graphs. So this is somewhat stylized. Look at this insanity. I haven't looked at this in a while. This is kind of a trim sheet. It's not like the world's most organized trim sheet, which is the thing that makes me a little like apprehensive about using it. Let me go back here and turn up my tessellation so it looks right. Whoop. details, but it is not doing a whole heck of a lot that's all that great, honestly. There's some interesting shapes and stuff. Maybe it's redeemable though. Maybe if I render it out and display it in a way that's interesting somehow. Whoa, Nelly, that's weird. Oh, Matt Ball. I was on rounded cube already. Why did I go back to that? Rounded cylinder might be interesting. Yeah. This does have an emissive. Got a couple different emissive textures on it. I don't know. This never, I don't feel done with this project, so it might be part of what's coloring my thoughts on this. Plus it's kind of flat looking beyond all the interesting shapes. It's like the base metal that I made is pretty bland. What do I think on this one? I don't know. I also feel just kind of weird about how it's this real bespoke trim sheet. Like, it's not really set up for any kind of usability beyond. I mean, you could load it up into 3D software and like move UVs around to sit on it the way you want to, but like, I don't know. It's kind of a pile of stuff. Maybe usable if presented well. I don't know. We're just gonna... Let's just move on down the list here. The alien base metal is what this is using. It's not complicated, but it is like this blue metal. But by itself, like, am I gonna show this off? Does this look like something that's worthy of sitting on a portfolio? Like, it's like three grunges blended together or something. Nah. We'll have the brass. I think that'll be enough to show that we can make a metal. Oh wait, let me what else is in here? Portal. Oh no, I don't like this one at all, actually. It's like, yeah, no. This was just like knocking something out quickly. Bioluminescence. It's just some specs. What's Alien Detail 2? Oh, it's more parts of the same stuff. Okay. I don't know. This looks like the trash can Mac Pros. Hey man, How are you doing? That's funny. The Mac Pros thing makes me think of I got scammed. That I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. I did a job interview for a company that was not the real company that it said it was. It was someone trying to get all my info. Um, but one of the things on the PDF that they sent to me that was like, if you get hired, you'll get all this stuff, and it was like the new Mac Pro stuff. I guess it was one of those trash can looking ones. I don't know, but um, I was like, are they really doing 3D on Macs professionally? I don't know. But yeah, so it was a weird weekend, to say the least. Oh, 2013 are the old ones. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the new Mac. It's actually not a Mac Pro, it's an iMac. Or, I don't know. It's nothing because it wasn't real. It was a fake job listing. Efficient for my information. I did an interview and everything. Can you believe it? I talked to the company that I was thinking I was applying to. That's how I figured out it was fraud, because I was like, I have some weird feelings about the interview I just did last night. Can you confirm that this was real? And they were like, no, it was not. But oh, there's a point to me saying that. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, be careful out there on the internet. So we've looked at this. I'm gonna look at the materials for what's the other project I've been working on. Oh, there's at least one decent material in. Where did I put it? I think I put a lighting. This is a lighting test. Anyway, the company I thought I was applying to does have some job openings, and one of them is for a material artist. And I'm gonna try to see if I can put together a little materials portfolio so I can apply for that. Here's my wall padding material I made, which I think is decent. Well, it looks kind of bland here, but the right lighting on it, I think it can look good. Yeah, thanks, man. Must keep progressing, keep moving forward. I feel like I've been making good progress on the things I've been working on lately, so I'm not too sad about it all. But it was pretty disappointing to find out that the job that I thought I might end up having was not real. What do I need to do this? This needs a little more color variation too. Macro color variation. And maybe a little bit more color variation in the noise, like in the details. Yeah, it didn't look all that legit, to be honest with you, and I feel kind of dumb about it. But like, I rationalized a lot of it away because I was tired, and also I was optimistic and excited. But there were so many little red flags. Like there were misspellings in the email. The branding in the email didn't match the branding in the PDF they'd sent to me. Like the logos were slightly, like one was older, one was newer. The PDF that they sent me with information in it just looked like it did not look designed. Like a graphic designer who knew what they were doing did not touch that. but it was full of info, and like I was like, sometimes HR departments have to put these things together themselves, and they're not graphic designers, so it's okay, I get it. But the guy who was the name of the interviewer, the his last name had a typo in it, and I'm like, really? How did I let that one go? Like, it was the last letter in his last name, and I was like, it was an S. And I'm like, okay, maybe that was an accident. Like, it was so many little things that, like, I was like, it can happen. But when I let them all stew together and I slept on it and woke up the next morning, I was like, that was all messed up. Like, there was so much wrong with that whole process. There were so many inconsistencies in, like, the job description and like what it said it was hiring for and what it said I would be doing. There's just little things that just did not sync up, like the names of software, like some of the names of the programs like had typos in them, or were spelled differently or something. Like, it was just, there were so many things. But yeah, I finally solved it by doing a Google search on the HR person for that company and finding out what their name was, and found them on LinkedIn, and then I messaged them on LinkedIn. So yeah, they used an actual person's name who works there in the email, so that was a real person's name, but that was the IT person at the company, not the HR person who they claimed to be. They were a little tricky there, but they didn't get a lot of info out of me. They got a reference out of me. So my friend, his name, address, phone number, email is with this malicious person. So I hope, I mean, he's pretty buttoned up security wise, so I'm not super worried about him, and he wasn't all that worried about it either. But yeah, but they didn't. They got a bunch of videos of me talking, because that's the way the interview worked. It was like they would type interview questions into our Teams chat, and I had to record responses, and I recorded several. Took like an hour, and after that, yeah, so like they were like, okay, within an hour we need your professional references. So I only had one ready. So I guess that saved me. My unpreparedness there saved me. But I don't think a real company would put any kind of time constraints on you for something like that. Like, there was a sense of urgency in it that you get from people who were trying to scam people. Like, they want to get you to give it up before you realize what's happening, which, yeah. And I'm betting if I had not deleted all that conversation stuff and blocked that guy, that I would be seeing another email saying I got the job today and asking me for, like, my social security number and bank account information and all that mess, which you give to your new employer. And then, boy, that would have been bad news if they had gotten all that. So, all right, well, take it easy. Yeah. Okay. Padded wall. Did I put my details in here? Macro color variation. More noise. More micro noise. Micro detail. It just needs more color variation overall. It's kind of flat. Like, for my purposes in the project, my tea really made my tongue feel gross all of a sudden. For the purposes of what I was doing that for, it was fine, but What else? Wall padding, grunge, I don't think is anything special. It was just a grunge I generated to use and stuff. Ripple noise. Another thing I used. Bedding. Not terribly interesting. That's just a normal plastic wrinkles. Again, pretty generic. Laminate. Excuse me. Pillow. That's not fantastic either. Window wall is the same as wall padding, but with extra details I stuck in there for a specific part of the wall. Steel grooves. God, I don't like this one. It's not all that interesting anyway. Steel base. Oh, I need to go look at my Star Wars project in a minute too. It's nothing. It's like clouds, texture on nothing. Flex rod. Oh, this was like super simple material for part of a lamp. Window. I also didn't like this one. Alright. None of these are exciting. Really. Trying to check out the Star Wars project. Mentorship. Substance designer. Some of these came out of tutorial work. Keep doing it. I keep loading it up and being like, where is it? It's like, oh, I have to open it. Oh, there's a bunch. Desert, sand, and rock. Holy crap moly. Yeah, this. The way it's, yeah, this is like, this is mostly a tutorial material. It looks pretty good, but like, it's sort of not purely my work, and I feel weird about it. This is, and I've seen it on other people's portfolios, and I'm like, they did the Daniel Tiger desert tutorial. Desert sand. Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm gonna share this sand, although it'd be nice to have one. But maybe if I took that sand, made some adjustments to make it my own, and parameterized it somehow. I'll just make a note of it in here, because it feels like a slot that needs to be filled in a material portfolio. Like, it makes sense to, like, cleaning these up could be really useful to me actually in other projects, because then I can just have like these handy little tools that I've made already and not have to like reinvent the wheel every time. So that's a maybe. We might come back to desert sand. Edge decals. Okay, now this is kind of an interesting, weird outlier. I did it again. Where is it? You have to open it, stupid. All right. I think this might be overcomplicated for what it's doing. I don't know, though. It's creating a trim sheet of tileable corner trims. Like, I had to think about this. This is just a utility sort of thing. Edge decal. This is not giving you the full effect. I think there was I had a model. This is going to be weird to show off in a portfolio, though. But might be interesting, actually. I think this actually could be a valuable thing to show off, because it's not just a tileable rotating thing. Hello. Sorry about that. I had to deal with some family stuff. And now there's a leaf blower outside, so it looks like you can hear that. I might be putting myself on mute for a little bit.
Put this back in the fridge, by the way.
Okay. Sorry. That leaf blower's right there. I'm gonna turn this back off again. And I'll probably switch the scene the wrong way again, too. This base material node is interesting. I keep thinking the leaf blower is going to stop. Yeah. This... It's optional. Now the thing this is missing is an opacity mask. Is there some way to plug that into here? Because this node is kind of cool. Grunge amount. Yeah, look at that. It just blends this grunge texture in. Now, it doesn't seem like the grunt... Does it affect roughness? It has a roughness value. Okay. Well, that's kind of handy. For the grunge, you can turn up to make it look rougher. I'm previewing this opacity here, but I would like to be able to, like... The other thing I want to... Actually, let me try this other thing out real quick. Like, the thing that's nice about this is that it's really, like, a convenient kind of preview node. And it has adjustments for height, which usually I end up going into editing the materials properties to adjust that stuff. So there's a height position. If I do height true, let me just crank out some kind of height real quick. The shape node. I don't know. What am I even doing? That's something if we tile it a bunch of times. There, now we have some height. Plug that in here. Yeah, okay, so now I can see. Doesn't appear to be doing anything. Let me go back here and change our height preview. Height position 0.5 height range. Oh, this is kind of weird on here. Actually, let me change this back to just a regular like box or something. Rounded cube. Yeah, height position. It's probably 0.5. And then we can just like, can I crank this to like 10? No, it clamps out at 1. So there's still some of this that needs to be handled inside the material. Like, I thought this was just possibly an easier way to get at this stuff. Now I've gotten to... height scale. Why is this cropped off? What the heck's going on here? There we go. There, so 10. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. And how does this affect that? It's nice because then I can control the preview. Which is really dependent on the end target of what you're using it for anyway, so. Interesting. Yeah. Things to think about. I feel like this really could be wrapped up into a node unto itself, and then you could just plug in. Like what I'm doing basically here is I could just set these. God, so many things though. That wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. It's just we'll have inputs for. Oh my god! For the 2 materials you want to plug in. Leaf blower. I love it when it's right by the window. I'll have inputs for the 2 materials you want, and then you can basically like all of this will be a node, including this, and we'll just have inputs for 2 materials and all the maps that associate with that, and possibly like maybe a noise, because you might want to get a different type of transition in the middle, and probably also settings to adjust like the histogram scan on the middle of it. Yeah, this could be cool. Like this could be like, this is more complex and interesting, and I think probably shows that I know some stuff about Substance. So that's something to do. I know I can do this. Can I make it? Yes. I'll be like, make this procedural and adjustable. And then we'll have a cool utility node. Excuse me. And you basically just throw it a right angle mesh, and like you put it on your own like right angle decal mesh, and then you can just stick it between 2 materials and it will make sort of a transition between the 2, which is what I did for my Star Wars building. But making it a thing you could plug different materials into and have transition differently, I think is a cool thing that would be useful. So yay. Yay me, what is this? Corner trims. This is some stuff. What is this? Okay. So these... This is basically... Okay. Alright, this is that thing I just said. Here are 4 of them combined into a trim sheet. That's all this is doing. Okay. So it makes like one skinny corner texture. You know, it'd also probably be smart. I don't know how easy would this be. Like I'm always doing this, packing this way, occlusion roughness metallic, alpha. Is there a way to make that less? Work? It's not really much work at all. It's just. Can you have an output be a part of a node? Like in the end, it's probably just gonna end up looking like the same as it looks right now. Oh well, we'll think about it. Is that all the materials I have? I think it is. I think that is. Those are the good ones that are worth going back through and trying to make look better. But that's a pretty good assortment of different things. So I feel kind of good about that. Wait, there was a... Wait a minute. There are more. There are more. Plaster, steel, and text trim. What do you look like? You're not very complicated. Like so many of these are just like combine a noise with another noise. Good going, genius. All right. Like, the fact that I do this all the time is really dumb. Like, I think creating a node that is like a preview node, kind of like that base material node, or just using that, it's a lot easier than doing this. La 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 la. Where are you? Height. Height. Oh, right. I outputted a height for using in height blending material in Unreal. I'll just say height. Yeah, this is a good thing to think about too, because this is all part of how I optimize this to be usable by others. I want to clear the opacity though, and I don't know how to do that. I can just do this. This isn't terrible in terms of like the stucco material. It's pretty bumpy. What did I do on this? This grunge, this weirdness. What am I doing with this? Multi-directional warp. Rotating it. I mean, it's not bad looking. It's pretty simple, but... yeah. Make it procedural and then it's something. What did I call this? Plaster. Probably... oh, crap. Make... it's all procedural. Make params. Basically, make it a node. Make it all a node. What's plaster sublayer? Oh yeah, this is the rocky in between blended weird stuff. I'm not sure I'm in love with it, but it looked okay in my scene. Not exactly what I'm looking for. See, this is where having that so rocky. Height range. Let's tweak that a little. It's a little too much. Like this could look pretty good in probably in Unreal as a whatchamacallit, displacement material for nanite. But it does stuff like this here in Unreal as well, where it breaks apart at your seams. Oh, shows a way around that. Not bad. Just call it Rocky Mortar. Plaster sublayer. Same deal. What would I need to change in this one? I feel like the rocks are pretty similar in terms of brightness across an individual rock. like... Where's my color? I think it's an albedo thing. Gradient map. Looks like I did try to break it up some with this grunge texture though. But I think per rock... Yeah, there's no... I need to randomize each rock's value a little bit, and I think that will help this look less fake. Because right now you have light rocks that are kind of part of the same shape, that are the same sort of base lightness, which doesn't really, it seems weird. Like these two guys are like exactly the same color. And there should be more variation between each one. Like there's clusters of the same color all over the place, which is not right. Okay. Okay. That's something we can do. Rocks. Parameterize. Okay, what else we got? Sandstone. What do I use this on? It's very similar to that plaster. Base. It's PBR base color. Hold on. What are you? Is this a checker? This is a validator. Okay. Yep, I've used that before. Okay, we want to plug in these maps, all of them. Crap. This is ambient occlusion. I don't think I have a height map for this one, do I? No. This is pretty bland. Nah. Not for portfolio. Steel. I think this one's got a lot of kind of potentially usable stuff in it. What is going on? Too many things. Ugh. I've got Daniel Tiger's preview node, which is basically very similar to the base color, the base material, except he's got height, depth, and height amount, but he's also got he's exposed the ambient occlusion. thing as well. Might make his node better, I don't know. What do we have over here? This is... There's a lot going on in here. This is the definition of a material that needs to be cleaned up. Ugh, that normal makes me cringe. It's just so tiny. You got height in this one? I don't think so. No. I really did a lot of iterations on that mess. What is this even? This is another, like, super basic. What are you about? Dents and scratches. Okay. I'm gonna save all this stuff. Like, I feel like between a few of these things that I've looked at today, I've got the makings of some decent material portfolio action. This actually, it does have height. This is pretty unremarkable, though. Like, it's kind of an okay raw steel sort of thing. Like, why does that roughness look like that? I don't know. Not feeling like this is the greatest. Patchy rust steel. I think this is the one that, like, might be the usable thing out of all this. Am I using the other as a base? Yeah. Ooh, the height is crazy. I don't think I was actually previewing with the height when I was working on this. But I can turn down height range to like nothing or low. Maybe I can get a little bit of it. What is the height? What is this doing? How is I using this height for anything, actually? That's a weird height texture. I guess it makes sense, though. Like, the fact that these values appear on this piece of metal versus the base rusty stuff. This feels like this. There's so much going on here, and I feel like the result is like, in the context of the scene that I used it in, was fine, but by itself, it's just kinda not there yet. Like, I feel like every layer, I've worked on this stupid material for so long, and I kind of hate looking at it, because I don't think it looks very good, objectively. I don't know, man. This... I feel like it occupies a slot in the portfolio, but like, I really need to do a lot of work on it and think about. It just feels like it's like I'm the least excited to work on that one from anything, but I'll put it in the list because it sort of needs to be there, and then I'll prioritize what I do. And I don't think I'm going to end up doing all of these, but if I can hit a few high points of things that seem like that look good, and show off something interesting technically, that'll be worth it. I don't know, like, the fact that the rust feels like it's coming up underneath the clean stuff, it's sort of like painted metal that gets rusty, but like it's weird that the clean stuff feels like it's a separate layer. I need to look at reference again. Like, there are so many little things about this that could make it nice and functional as a customizable thing. Like, if I could find a way to change this mask, if I could expose a few aspects of that to adjust, it might be worth doing. What's steel painted? There's not enough going on here to try to make it something special. Like, looking at this preview though, like from some angles it looks pretty good. Like, what if I stuck this on a sphere? Matte ball. Oh, not matte ball. I want a sphere. It's not awful like this. And if I can I feel like a lot of this stuff that I have needs more. Like, I need to do some sharpening on some aspects of it, and there needs to be a little bit more color variation in everything, because, like, it all feels very monochrome in its separate sections. I think I just need to, like, push in a little, like, complementary colored noise or something like that. I'm not really sure, but that's something to experiment with. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, but I'll be back in a few minutes. And maybe we can start working on something. Be right back. Alright, I am back, but I will have to get up in like 2 minutes to get my tea. Alright, let's... is there a save all? That'd be great. Control Shift S. Everybody saved? I saved... I did save everybody. Heck yeah. Okay. Where to begin in terms of doing these? What is the closest? Oh, there's under brass, I've got this bronze hammer too I didn't look at. Whoa, Nelly, what was I doing? Now putting a color. Oops. Be right back. Tea time.
This looks crazy.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Where was I? Metallic. Now it is a grayscale. And height. Is there height? There is height. And there's AO. Preview 3D view. I don't think this looks too bad. Like, it's not incredibly interesting, but right range. Right position? What is that height doing that I plugged into there? Anything? What is this height? Why? Why? Okay. This is also doing... Oh. That unhooked it. What in the world is all of this craziness? Let's look. Lightning. Okay, it's merging a bunch of cells textures together. Edge detect. Oh, weird. Hold on. Huh. That's interesting. So I'm using a shadows node. Looks like it's got some noise in it or something, but it doesn't. It's just the way it looks. Shadow distance, edge softness samples. And then I'm blending that with the edge detect. Oh, it's just to mask it out. And then I'm doing a flood fill to get a random grayscale value, which is what I need to do on those rocks on that other texture. Yeah, I have a bunch of dings, and then I have other ones, and I have other ones, and I have other ones. And these are all the hammered bits. Now, I feel like with all of this, what does the input on the cells do? Okay. Color source. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. I could probably adjust all of the scales on these. I could turn that into a parameter that I could drive by one value. How do you do that? How do you make one parameter control multiple things? I'm pretty sure I knew that at one point, but I think I forgot how to do it. The T is stuck to my desk now. It's weird. This surface is strange. Anyway. But that is one way we could parameterize this a little. What else could we do to this? I feel like we have height here. I'm blending a Gaussian noise in on top of this. Guess it's increasing the bumpiness. But I'm blurring it slightly? Okay. Alright, so... what did I do? Figure out the shortcut for add frame. Let's do that. Call this Dents. Dentsa. What am I, a scammer trying to get people's information on the internet? Having typos like that. This is, let's see if I can clean this up a little bit more even. That's the thing that's weird about this, is it's like, can I nudge all these things? What did clean do? Oh. Okay. We don't want to do that yet. It does get rid of the old nodes you don't need. Thumbs toolbar. Enable node in. Okay. It's just that one enable node image cache. I guess I don't need that. Don't need that. BW toolbar. And Wilson's tools. No. Less clear. Optimize the graph by identifying and removing duplicate nodes and optimizing node settings for performance. Straightens connections. That looks a little cleaner. I will do that in a second. What is this? Remove all dot nodes connected to the outputs of the selected node. What are you? Connect and align horizontally to the Y center of the all output nodes. Oh, okay. Okay. We have the dents. What else is going on in here? We've got the albedo, which I feel like could use a little bit of something. Is that doing anything? No. Gradient map. Really subtle grunge over the top of this. Clouds. And what's your deal? Why is this going somewhere? What are you doing? This is going into the roughness. Let's move this like this. where the actual color is coming from. Dirt. So, generally speaking, the pits are less shiny than the stuff on top. Makes sense. In terms of color, adjust albedo colors. What does this do? I don't really understand. I think maybe it's like clamping it to PBR values that are acceptable. I'm gonna validating PBR data. That's what we want. And we also need to plug the metalness into this, I think. Where is it? Metal reflectance range. Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Or maybe I can, is there like a quick help sort of deal? No, not here. Ugh, this is way more. Oh my lord, hold on. this documentation? Is there like a node documentation? Search Adobe support. That's not what I want to do. I want to search the documentation. Here comes the lawnmower. Good Lord. Atomic nodes, core building blocks of any graph, the graph instances, compound nodes of which a large selection of pre-made content is available in the node library. Yo, come on. Meh. This is the kind of stuff that, like, probably very powerful. I've not touched any of that stuff. I just want to know, this is called PBR base color. Checked our albedo dark values and metal reflectance. Metal reflectance. I feel like the roughness would come into play with that, but there's no input for that. There's metallic. Albedo mode checks dark ranges in the diffuse reflected color. No dark values between 30 sRGB. No dark values between 50 sRGB. Two options. Metal mode checks the specular range for the metal reflectance value. Shows both the albedo and metal data. For the validation over the map data. Wow. We're plugging a metallic value in and an albedo value in. Let's do a little experiment and turn on metallic mode. When we're full on metal, if I change my colors, do I get a different result? Let's preview that node and let's look here. I feel like this might be too dark, and that might be why we're failing. Ooh, it is. Okay. So we were not in PBR. Wow, okay. I just learned something. And your metal values are supposed to be pretty bright, generally speaking. So, yeah. Alright, what is the... Let me turn this... What is the minimum I can get away with here? I just bump this. Let's bump it until it's all green. Nice. Okay. So in terms of albedo, we are now in a more realistic place. Okay, good to know. What is happening? We have taken this. We have plugged it into the normal. And yeah, that's basically it. We are taking the output of up here, and this is basically the normal, which is okay. I think that's what we want. If I took it and plugged it into height as well as our height. Yeah, we're gonna take this. There we go. You're not doing anything right now, so we might as well do this. And now our height is something. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Oh. Wait, I done screwed up. If I get another angle. Yes, this is what I need to go into height. Tessellation up. And get in here and like... It probably does not need height. How bright it looks now. Ugh. It's weird though. Where did I go? Let's see, we gotta go back here. Tune down. Make position. Nope, that's not the one height range. It needs to be like almost nothing. Like, actually, it might not need to exist. Oh, they push it a little bit, it might help. See stuff. Why does it look so very bright now? I'm thinking the fact that this is not a pure metal. What was I changing for that? Albedo. Might mean that like when things get oxidized, you get these darker values in there. So maybe I was in a better place, even though it says I'm failing PBR once I do that. I think it's because... Oh, I don't know. It's probably not a big deal one way or the other, but... So, like, the look of it now looks like a cleaner metal than... Welcome back. You might have said that like 20 minutes ago. Let me do this as well. Hammered bronze. This is kind of it. These are really tight little cells. This is kind of cool. I'm gonna look it up too. Let's see over here. Look at all these. I've got this one. What do we like? If we're gonna make this procedural, we want to be able to get some of these different looks. This is hammered copper. I could make a color slider that goes between copper and bronze. And then I could layer my color on top in such a way that lets you adjust how pure and clean it is. So like I could have it look like where we're passing PBR right now, but then we can break it by overlaying like basically a grunge oxidation layer. Let's get some more in here. What else? I would like to see something that looks a little bit more like this is interesting though. Like some of these have, it's like much rounder between the dents than mine. Like there's a flatter surface that everything has these little nicks into. This is like crazy because it's like, it looks like rock or something. It's weird. It's not like hammer shaped. And this one's like also very rocky and like, is this real? I don't think it is. Look at you, fakeness. Ooh. Ooh. This has some nice like dirt and oxidation. I like that. I want to do that. So what do I want to be able to change in this? I'm going to make notes on that too. Let's see. Somehow we're jumping into hammered bronze. Where is it? Size and roundness of dents. Oxidation layer. Metal color. Copper and bronze. Or whatever. I feel like it's gonna be between those two. I got oxidation layer. We could do a layer of crinkly dents. Crinkle. Is that how you spell that? Let's see. Crinkle dents. And then what about like a patina layer for in the pits? Patina. Patina? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be cool. We can go between something that looks like this really polished copper here to like something that looks more like, you know, this or this like dark in the recesses or this kind of grungy, really old look. Fun. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see here. These are really tight and very round and very non-overlapping. So maybe I can adjust the number of layers. Because if I go with just like this layer, we should be able to get something that looks more like that. We turn this all the way down. We've got these. Let's look at this on something different. Cube would be better. And then I look here at this. Edge detect. Huh. Well, that's not what we want to change. Edge width. I'm thinking about if there might be a better way to do this. Oh boy. 0.09. I really can't tell a visual difference there. And flood fill. Like, I feel like I should be able to get more tightly packed. Maybe, oh, I ran into this recently. Some of these are just too close together for it to find the edge. Or maybe they're not. Maybe I need to adjust the tolerance. Maybe that is what it is. I think there might be a better approach to this. To get these little, I feel like this is just kind of, you got cells, you got edge detect. I don't know, maybe there's not, maybe this is the best way. Voronoi patterns. Wait a sec. Oh, I watched a tutorial on this recently and I'm trying to remember how you do it. You can run custom Voronoi patterns. And it's sort of like doing this. If I do a flood fill, what will I get out of that? A lot of mess. These things are the kind of things where we have problems. How do we prevent that? It was in a tutorial. I don't know. Can I dig back through it right now? I don't remember which one it was. How do I search this? Separate colors. Ugh. I feel dumb. Because edge detect, I would have thought would have gotten. Like, I would think that tolerance would help you select that stuff, but it does not seem to be doing that. So do I need to do something to this before to break these values up? Excuse me. Ugh. I think I might have to go digging. I don't know where to look right now, though. I don't think I could do this on stream. know I watched this next tutorial. Let's just mess with this a little bit more. If I take this. It's like I start getting the big chunky blobbies. I move the mid-range up, but like I feel like it should be able to find edges that are closer together than this. And this just merges everything together basically. Pseudo-random manual seed. I think we're still, yeah, we're still getting colors that are close together. Like, I wonder if I need to... No, I don't know. Let's go back to random. Crate. Separate similar values. Distance node. Like pushing more contrast is going to make some of these values smush together. So that's not going to work. Will it? Wait. Like for instance, this is definitely two. I'm pretty sure this is two different cells. Like, and this is, yeah, they're so close. Maybe I need to push up the, I don't know, some of these higher values disappear then. I can't do flood fill because that would give me garbage. Maybe it's a gradient map thing? Like if you put some other values in between? Oh, maybe this is what I was thinking of. It sort of remaps some of these colors, but let's make some more. Just put a few more stops in here. I think this might be doing the trick. Let's see here in a second. Because this is just going to make more contrast between everything, maybe? Not everything. Maybe that needs to be white. That needs to be white. To really push it? I'm not sure. Like some of those are still bugging here. I'm not really sure how much that helped, but let's see what happens. Grayscale. Now, if we just compare that to this, actually I don't really want this levels coming in here. I just want this to go here, and this to go here. Get out of here, levels. And histogram range. Wow, remarkable. Remarkable how little that actually ended up helping. Like, there are more before I messed with it. Oh my gosh, I created more problems. Ugh. I have another thought. I need something that's got a lot of noise. I just open this up. What if I just, for the sake of argument, or just for the sake of whatever, what if I just drop a white noise in here? And then gradient map, gradient editor, pick. And now it's just like super noise. No, I got more in that one. That actually helped some. I'm surprised this looks as like gray as it does. Because I think the noise is just like, isn't it just black and no, there are gray values. What if I do the same thing from like a blue noise or something? No, then I'll have strictly black and white shapes. And we'll get a lot of that are like right next to each other. So this is probably better. I'm gonna go to the gradient editor and like change the precision on this. I can't now. Man, I wish I could still do that stuff. Maybe these are too close together. I don't know. It's like the same, but some go and some don't. I think I need to do a little research on this and come back to it, because yeah, this is, I think, working towards something that's good, but tolerance, huh? Yeah, we need that to be all the way down. Yeah. Here's another thought. If I color pick from something that is a noise, that is colors, noisy colors, just an image. Let's see what happens. What is that going to be? What if I just pick from like anything that's got a lot of different colors and textures in it? What could that be? Old versions of things. This is pretty varied. Okay. It still has to convert it to grayscale first to detect the edges. Does it? Does it though? I think it does. It doesn't seem to want to. No, I won't do that. Maybe color isn't helping. Dang it. That was an interesting idea. What if I took this and ran it into a flood fill though? Flood fill has to be grayscale too. This looks kind of cool though, actually, having those colors mapped onto that. What? Who it is? Nobody. Nobody. A sale. Alright. Well, I need to go do some stuff, including research how I did this before. But I will be coming back sometime soon to continue working on materials and finishing up other projects and all of that good stuff, as usual. Still haven't settled on a schedule for the week, a regular schedule, because things are just so kind of like fluid and up in the air right now because it's summer. My kid's out of school, so I'll see if I can settle in on something soon, but we'll get there. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, join the Discord if you want, and you can see me do more of this when I'm not on stream and actually talk to me about it into my ears if you want to. Yeah, anyway, have a good one, and I'll be back again very soon. Take care.